It's the Jacqueline Renee Show with your host, Jacqueline Renee Duncan. Join us on Zoom every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern for inspiring, informational, real talk conversations like breast cancer survivors, writing and publishing your book, pandemic updates, and minding your money. Remember to live, love, and laugh. The Jacqueline Renee Show is a Philip and Jacqueline Duncan Ministries production that airs on Zoom every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Enter Zoom ID 558-997-5815. We'll see you Wednesday on Zoom for the Jacqueline Renee Show with your host, Jacqueline Renee Duncan.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to the Jacqueline Renee Show. Today's show is going to be about something I love to talk about. It is healthy living. So I'm asking you now to please go ahead and text your girlfriend, text your father, your mother, your grandmother, your aunts, uncles, cousins. We all need to know about healthy living. During this time of our, world is going through different things, we need to know how to make sure that our bodies are built to last and built to, or being fit, for the fight, because we don't know, what's going to take place next year, this time, but we want to make sure that we are good and ready. And it all depends on what you eat, how you sleep, how you exercise, all of those things. And we're going to talk about that today. So I am super excited with my guest today. She is my spiritual daughter, my husband's spiritual daughter, none other than the great Deacon-elect Yolanda Moore. Hello, Yolanda.
Hi, Pastor Jay. How are you today? Thank you.
Yes, I'm super excited because you're just like me. Love to talk about healthy living.
Yes.
I'm telling you, you don't have to be sick in order to be healthy. I mean, let me say that again. You don't have to be sick in order to learn about being healthy. Don't wait till you get sick, is what I'm saying. Don't wait till you get sick and then you want to know everything about what am I supposed to eat, what am I supposed to do, how am I supposed to exercise and different. No, you need to get healthy now. Somebody say
now.
Well, I'm super excited. Before we jump into these questions for you, Yolanda, I want to just talk about the Women's Health Month. This is the last day. Can y'all believe this is March? The end of March. We just got January 1st. So this is the last Women's History Month. And we're going to talk about somebody by the name of Dr. Mae Jemison. She was born in 1956 and she's still living. So Dr. Jemison is an American engineer, physician, and former NASA astronaut. This is a woman. I'm not talking about a man. This is a woman. And she became the first Black woman to travel into space when she served as a mission specialist aboard the Space Shuttle Endeavour in 1987. I know y'all didn't know that. Well, anyway, Dr. Jemison also developed and participated in research projects on hepatitis B vaccine and the rabies. I'm telling you, these women, we love our men too. I'm not, I love what our women are doing, men. So that's why I'm pumping them up for Women's Health Month. But these women are extraordinary. And so we just thank God for Dr. Jemison. Amen. Okay, so let's move right along who this great woman of God that's going to speak to us today about healthy living. If you are in our life skills class, you already know how phenomenal she is, how she's bringing so much information. I know that's a commercial down the road, but I want to put that plug in. You got to meet us on our life skill classes every Thursday. Now, this is coming up, I think, fourth or fifth one, and we're doing 6 of the healthy living. So you didn't miss some of it, but she's here today to give us a little bit of what you missed. But you better jump on Thursday. I'm telling you, it's been awesome. So Yolanda Moore, she's a deaconess elect, has been with IHP, in His Presence Praise and Worship Temple, for those who don't know what that means, for 6 years. She serves as IHP's marketing director. She is single with a son named Julian who lives in Atlanta, and she had 2 7-year-old grandchildren. She has recently stepped into the world of adult learning, and she's learning instructional design. That's just like her. And one of her passions is sharing with others about being healthy. And she is, as I said earlier, she's a great instructor for our life skills class. So, Yolanda, let's get right into it, because I'm just, this is my subject here.
Okay.
So, Yolanda, what is healthy living? What's healthy living?
So healthy living just primarily means living a healthy lifestyle, and in introducing habits into your life about your health. It's not just about fitness, because a lot of people think, oh, if I work out, that means that I'm being healthy. Nope. This talks about mentally and physically and emotionally. Being healthy should be a part of our overall lifestyle. It should, if you're being healthy and you have that healthy lifestyle, it's going to prevent chronic illnesses, and it's going to keep you vital and vibrant and youthful, and help you eliminate having long-term illnesses. So we should all maintain a healthy lifestyle by doing what is right for our bodies, both inside and outside.
I like what you said. It makes you vibrant.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, if you put the right things in your body, it's going to affect you mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. A lot of people want to leave the spiritual off when you talked about healthy living, but it's all wrapped up in one. God made us creatures so extraordinary. I mean, when He made human beings, for different things to function in our body, it's different things that we got to intake in order for it to function. I'm studying about the liver right now, and how the liver can, make itself. I guess you want to say,
Right.
so many days. I think it's like 30 days or less, maybe. And so I'm like, what? What?
Right.
So, it's just amazing how once we come in connection or contact with what we're supposed to do with our bodies, everything else, our emotions, our spiritual life, our mental, we know a lot is going on now with the world, and mentally people are being challenged. But if we just put in the right foods, the right meditation, the right, different things, it brings that vitality back to you. So I am so glad we're talking about this. So how can we create a healthy habit?
Okay. So it's really important that we make sure we identify some of them. And so what I have created is the 10 healthy living commandments. And so I'll go through some of those commandments, and it's like what we eat and drink is very important. So we have to eat and drink wisely, like, reduce the amount of sodas that we intake and increase our water intake, because every part of our body needs water. So that sugar is not good for us, but we need the water. Sleeping well. So I know as we get older, some of us think that we only need 4 hours and we can function, but getting 8 hours a day revives our body. It also shows that it prolongs our life. And if we just take out every day 20 to 30 minutes to take a nap, that in itself revitalizes, refreshes us, and allows us to continue to move on in the day. Being physically active. physical activity is good for our overall health, and it doesn't have to necessarily mean that you are going out and running a mile or you are lifting weights all the time. Physical activity could just be that you walk up and down your steps 10 times. Taking 5 to 10 minutes every day to do something to move those limbs keeps you physically active and is great for your health. You know, a lot of us, I know we don't smoke, but there are some that are out there smoking. Smoking is harmful. So not smoking, because it harms every organ of your body. So believe it or not, you're inhaling that stuff and it's destroying all of your tissues, your muscles. It's messing with every organ. So making it a habit of not smoking, staying connected to others. More and more you connect with other people, you're staying healthy because you're not creating loneliness. You're not putting yourself in a state of depression. You're keeping socializing. So that keeps you healthy as well. Taking responsibility for our overall health. And that means getting regular checkups. You know, sometimes we think of checkups as being, oh, I'm just going to go to the doctor. I'm going to check my blood pressure. I'm going to check this. But no, that means making sure you go to the dentist and make sure you go to the optometrist, taking care of those eyes. So being responsible for your overall health and everything about your body, striving for a healthy weight. You know, a lot of times you see a lot of advertisements and everything based around BMI, you know, your body weight and all that. But we know what our body can handle. And a lot of times, a lot of us have issues with our knees and our legs and things. And sometimes it's basically just about the weight that we're carrying. And I've been teaching Pastor Jay that, you know, it's not to go on particular diets. What we need to do, instead of thinking about being on a diet, we need to be doing things that make us healthy. So I know I'm going to eat vegetables. I know I'm going to walk every day. I know I'm going to meditate. And as we slowly make these lifestyle changes, guess what? Sooner you look up, you've done lost your 10 pounds because you're not sitting up there concentrating on the diet. So those are just some of the 10 commandments that for tips for good habits.
Wow, that's great. One of the habits that I've actually incorporated into my regimen and this week, because, you know, I like to do a little fasting and praying during Holy Week. And so I'm telling you, when you incorporate fasting into your regimen, I mean, not just during Holy Week, it's, you know, at least once a month, spend some days just not eating certain things. Because I also found out, Yolanda, that there's a test that, you know, I actually plan on taking that will tell me which foods I'm allergic to. Because, you know, sometimes we don't understand why we're itching, why we're irritable, why, you know, certain things is going on in our bodies. It's because you may be allergic to eggs. You may be allergic to cheese. You may be allergic to gluten. Absolutely. You may be allergic to wheat. And so it causes a reaction. And, you know, we were talking earlier about even allergies.
Yes.
Allergies are not only just in the pollen, it's in our foods.
Food. Absolutely.
And it's food allergies. And so certain food allergies causes you to have symptoms as if you have a cold.
Yes.
And so, yes. And so, you know, I'm learning all of these things because I'm trying to make sure that, of course, that I'm going to live the rest of my long life healthy, alert, feeling good, feeling confident, not, you know, oh, I got a headache. You know, I need to know what is not agreeing with me. You know, of course, we know beans probably don't agree with you, but beans may be good for you. Absolutely. You know, wheat, I mean, different things, and so many, even the meats that we put in our bodies, you know, because we know that chicken, they put what? Antibiotics in the chicken. And guess what? Those antibiotics get into your system, messes with your hormones, and then you come out kicking and screaming at everybody. And so you have to find out what is good for you individually. So I'm actually excited about taking this test on discovering Am I alert? I know I'm not allergic to peanuts because I eat them and I don't break out. But there's other areas that I'm scratching and different things like that. It may be onions. It may be garlic. We don't know. And so we have to figure out what actually your body can digest and what your body cannot digest, especially as we get older. And, you know, someone had told me that they basically was killing themselves until they found out, and we all can say this, they found out that, you know, they were allergic to meat. They can have fish, but they were allergic to meat, dairy, and gluten. But that's all they ate. But guess what? They end up in a hospital, had a stroke, and right now they're unable to walk. Oh. And so that, yes, because of what they were eating. And so, you know, she's advocate now. She's an advocate. Find out what your body can digest, because, and you know, we hear about the blood type diets and different things like that. Those things, you got to know what you can put in your body. What I put in mine, guess what, Yolanda, you probably can't put in. And vice versa. So it's so important. I mean, I can talk about all of this because, you know, this is yes, and then, you know, one lady told me, you need a liver detox. A liver detox? What do you mean? Right. And so, I mean, we can, like I said, another show, we can talk about all of that I've been learning, that I've been gaining that information. And I'm telling you, it'll make you feel so much better when you don't put those bad things into your body.
Yeah, I would agree. And
can
so,
you go ahead?
No, I was just going to say, yeah, you mentioned the blood test, and that is very important that we have to ask our doctors, because our doctors are not going to give us that blood test unless you specifically ask for it. So it's important to know that we have to ask for that. It's just not.
And you do, but most medical doctors, and I love all my medical doctors. Yesterday was medical doctor day, and I salute them, because guess what? I have a medical doctor friends, and I go to one, but I also go to a natural doctor. Okay. And that natural doctor treats me naturally. And so that's what I love about it. Now, your natural doctor will do the blood test, but your medical doctor is not going to do the blood test to see what you're allergic to, far as the different foods. Okay. If I was to ask my doctor, can you do a test to see what foods, they'll probably look at me like, what? I can do a test to see if you got prediabetes. I can do a test to see if your cholesterol is high. Right. I can do a test to see, you know, how your white blood cells are doing. But for me to do a blood test to see if you're allergic to celery, just eat it and see if you break out. That'll be your test. So you will not get the same results. You would have to go to a natural doctor in order to get those breakdowns. Like I recently had a test done with a blood test done from my natural doctor concerning my heart, concerned to see if I was a Alzheimer's candidate, right. Seeing if, you know, different things like that. And, you know, I don't have heart disease. I mean, she was so excited, you know, there are a few things that I am working on concerning it, but you can actually get a blood test for that as well. She talks about sticky blood, why you may get blood clots and what you can do about it. I mean, she told me so much. I was like, because, you know, my mind, it was like, wow. But she told me exactly what I need to do. Vitamin E is good. Yes. Take a supplement. Take that supplement, a whole supplement of vitamin E, not just it's already in my women's vitamin. No, you have to take its own supplement, but you got to get someone that knows what they're talking about to help you to formulate those different vitamins that you need according to your makeup, according to your DNA, and according to your genetic buildup or makeup. And so that's what I did. And I'm excited about what God is going to do concerning my healthy living. So can you explain wellness? and the dimensions of wellness.
Sure. So wellness is the act of practicing healthy habits that I've already talked about daily to attain better physical and mental outcomes so that instead of just surviving, you are thriving. And so there are 8 areas of the dimensions, and each of these impact different aspects of our life. I know when everyone thinks about healthy living, they only think that, it's physical or the way we eat. But no, healthy living and wellness is in 8 different areas: emotional, financial, social, spiritual, occupational, physical, intellectual, and our environment. So, if you don't mind, Pastor Jay, I'll just briefly do a quick slideshow to show the audience
Sure.
about these dimensions, to better explain them and just briefly talk about them real quickly. Bear with me 1 second. Okay. So, emotional, as I mentioned, is the first one we'll just talk about. And emotional wellness is the ability to successfully handle life stresses, creating satisfying relationships, adapting to change and difficult times. For example, this pandemic, it's been a difficult time and has caused some changes in the way we are living. We're wearing masks, we're social distancing, we're not traveling, we're all working from home, so we have virtual learning, and all these things are going on. So emotional wellness has to do with us maintaining those stresses, and we can do that um, by ensuring that we employ gratitude to our life, Pastor Jay. We can also have mindfulness, meaning that we are, making sure that we discuss our health and have a deeper set about what is going on with my health. So having a mindset. We seek help from others, from our doctors, from our friends that may know a little bit more about a subject, like you, Pastor Jay. If someone needs to know more about health, then they need to, come to you because you have experienced so many things and have gone into all these different areas. Also staying positive. It goes a long way for us to just smile and be positive and not react to those things that are negative. And if things are negative in our lives, reacting by turning it into a positive. And then we have environmental wellness. Environmental wellness has to do with us, how we feel about the environment. It involves us learning and contributing to the health of our planet. So not only do we keep ourselves healthy, but we got to keep our planet healthy. So environmental wellness means that we're aware of those decisions that we make for the environment. We care about by following 4 R's, and that is reduce, reuse, rethink, and recycle. So if we reduce what we purchase, for instance, if you go to Costco and you buy bulk paper towel, that's the best way to go. As opposed to every other week, you're buying a 4-pack of paper towel. All that plastic, all that recycling, all that is an impact to our environment, as an example. So leading a lifestyle that is respectable of harmony in our environment keeps us and our environment healthy. So next we have occupational wellness. Now, occupational wellness is finding personal satisfaction and enrichment in one's work. It focuses on our search for a calling and involves participating in activities that provide meaning and purpose. So basically, it's a balance between work and leisure. And we want to make sure that the most important thing about occupational wellness is that we want to try to do things that we love, because what we love, we do, and we do it well. Spiritual wellness is the next one. And so spiritual wellness is discovering a sense of purpose and meaning in life. It represents your personal beliefs and values and involves having meaning, purpose, and sense of balance and peace. Spiritual wellness is often seen as the most personal dimension and extremely important because it talks about the key aspects of our health. So you mentioned earlier, yes, we have to make sure that we are spiritually sound and we are tapping into our spiritual self, because it helps us to encompass every other area of our wellness and healthy living cycle. And we have physical wellness. And physical wellness is basically our self-care with regular participation in physical activities and healthy eating. Last week I did talk about this in our class. You know, we want to make sure that we eat right. And there are certain things that we should make sure we incorporate in our eating, having a colorful palate, you know, making sure we have plenty of vegetables and the right meats that we're putting in there that you mentioned earlier. So that is physical wellness. And then from physical wellness, we have financial wellness. Financial wellness involves a process of learning how to manage your finances successfully. And managing your finances well, I mean, it's a feeling of satisfaction. And we need to know what our current and our future financial situations are. So basically, it's having a relationship with your money. It refers to how we secure our money and the variables of unknowns. And according to a study of 2019, 62% of Americans feel stressed about money on a regular basis. So this is something that we have to make sure that we take to heart to have financial wellness, because it's important to our daily living. So financial wellness. And then I think we have social wellness. So social wellness is when we are part of an overall health and well-being, and we are connecting and belonging to supporting others and having relationships where we can interact with them. So being social just helps us both inside and outside. So being able to socialize is something that God created us to be. He created us to be social beings. So social wellness is really important because we interact with people every day. So the quality and quantity of our relationships affects our mental and physical well-being. So as you can see, um, these all tend to interact with one another. And so our next one is intellectual wellness. Intellectual wellness is our ability to open our minds to new ideas and experiences that can be applied to personal decisions, our group interactions, our communications. And so intellectual wellness recognizes our creative beings and abilities and finding ways to expand our knowledge and skills. So for intellectual wellness, we want to do things like read a book for fun. You know, when you don't have anything to do, read a book for fun. Play a board game or a card game for fun. Learn to play a musical instrument. Doing a crossword puzzle. These are the kind of things that can help us intellectually. Even keeping a journal. You know, Pastor Jay, I know you've created a journal for the I Am journal, but having a journal to write down where you are. I mean, I have so many journals because I've been journaling since I was young, and I go back and I read them and I say, oh my goodness, I was there, I did that, you know, so it makes you reflect and helps you identify who you are and where you need to go. So that helps us intellectually as well. So those are the 8 um, dimensions of
Dimensions of
wellness.
wellness.
Yes.
Well, thank you. I sat in it before and I enjoyed it when I sat in it the first time, and this one was even better. When I think about the environmental wellness, I don't know why this came, because I guess because of the water that I saw on the slide. I think about how, you know, and I'm getting ready to say some things you guys are gonna be like, no. But when we think about fish that we're eating, you know, the different fish that we're eating, you know, like tilapia. Where did tilapia come from? Did it come out the ocean, or was it man-made? I mean, so we have to think about these different things that we're putting, again, in our body for healthy living. And, you know, even with the salmon, I love salmon, y'all, but guess what? If it ain't wild caught, it's not good for you.
That's right. Walk.
I mean, salmon, is on the top list for the omegas that's in it. And is some people, I've heard some people don't even like salmon. I love salmon, but guess what? It keeps getting them in your body, and it causes the mercury in your body to go up and different things like that. So then you got to detox that mercury out. And I mean, it's like a repeated cycle. So you know how people say, well, all I eat is seafood. But guess what? Some of the seafood you're eating is not good for us. Mm-hmm. And so again, you got to see what works for you, not work for the sister down the street.
Right.
Because they're eating it and they look good. They lost so much weight. And how come I'm eating the same thing they're eating, but I'm not losing the weight? It's because your makeup is different. And so you got to see what is good for you. So when I saw that ocean, oh, beautiful ocean, and I mean, all kinds of fish and everything in the sea. But guess what? We have polluted the ocean. So when we go fishing, just imagine this. When we go fishing, what are we bringing out? What fish are we bringing up? Perch, catfish. Y'all know catfish is the catfish that eats up everything on the side. I know y'all saying, but I love catfish. My husband loves catfish. However, again, in order to live a healthy life, we got to do healthy things and not do it because my mama did it. My mama and them. You got to do it because it's healthy for you. So mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, even financially, you got to make sure that all of that is balanced in order, I believe, Yolanda, for us as the kingdom of God to live a healthy life.
Absolutely. It's one big circle.
It's one big circle. And we're trying to figure out why we feel imbalanced. You know, you got to check every area. Like you said, social. Are you social? Or you always want to be by yourself? You know, me and my husband, we went out yesterday and you know, we don't go out as often because of the pandemic and different things like that, because we got to wear the mask and everything. But guess what? We went out and we went to Home Goods and we went, you know, these different places where we went shopping. Oh man, we got to see people. Oh man. Social. I get to say something to somebody else besides my husband.
Absolutely.
And so that being vibrant, it opened me up that, hey, because you're in the house most of the time. So like you said, it's one big circle. And everything that you touched on today, we have to do each and every one. Like you said, you know, read a book, do a crossword puzzle. They have these little books out now that you can color for stress, for anxiety, all of that. All of those things can help you balance you back to where you need to be. Like me, I'm doing meditation. I'm walking on my Peloton every morning now, because guess what? I need to get moving. Like Yolanda said, get moving. Some people don't want to move, but you're gonna feel the effects of it later in life. So get moving now. It helps your heart. It helps you to breathe. It helps you to be clear in your mind. All of that, I'm telling you. So it's so important. Yolanda, what are the 5 vitamins that is so necessary for us?
Okay, so everybody should take these 5 vitamins daily. It's recommended. The first one is calcium. So it comes from foods like low-fat dairy foods and things like that. But, you know, we need to take it as a supplement to make our bones strong and increase our bone density. So people who are still growing and people who are at risk of osteoporosis really need their daily doses of this mineral. And then number 2 is magnesium. doctors said if they could advise one supplement for their patients, it would be magnesium. And that's because magnesium is hard to get through food. And so number 3, be good to yourself. B vitamins, all of the B vitamins, B12, B9, B7, B6, they're all folic acid, and they are key to our overall health. And they just help our to avoid heart attacks and strokes and blood clots, blood vessel diseases. So it's good to have vitamin B in our bodies because it reduces the levels of amino acid. And then we have vitamin D, and they call that the AKA sunshine vitamin because your body can make it in response to sunlight. So vitamin D helps your body properly use calcium. So that's why calcium is important for our bones, but vitamin D helps calcium. And the sun, of course, is the best source. So if you don't take the supplement, spending 15 minutes a day with sunscreen, of course, is a good idea. So, and then your multivitamin. Have to have that multivitamin because it gives you all of the minerals and vitamins that you need. And they're good for our general health, our immunity, and our well-being. So those are the 5 vitamins.
Wow, I want to add a vitamin as well. Vitamin A is very good. Vitamin A is one of those vitamins that people really rarely talk about, but vitamin A actually helps along with the vitamin D3, and then you put that K2 on that D3 K2. The K2 basically helps you where you don't have the blood clots, where you won't be getting the clotting and different things like that. But the vitamin A helps with your eyesight. I mean, it helps with so many different things that they're now saying that vitamin D3, vitamin K, vitamin A. They also said iodine. These are some of the different vitamins that is needed for the COVID virus that's, that is still in the earth. And it helps combat that. And so I would recommend people to also get vitamin A. You can ask your doctors what amount should you get, or you can ask a nutritionist and they will be able to help you with that. My nutritionist has me on vitamin A, vitamin D, the B's, as you said, the B's are great for stress lowering. Vitamin C I'm also on zinc. And these are the vitamins, what I'm sharing is the ones for just to build your immune system. But magnesium, let me just share some things about magnesium. Magnesium has so many different types. So you got to get the right type. And so I actually take magnesium for sleep. I take it twice a day. In the evening, actually like in late afternoon, I take one and it kind of relaxes my body getting ready for the nighttime. And then around 9 o'clock, I'll take 2 more. And next thing I know, I am so relaxed, I'm falling asleep. So magnesium, for those who are going through sleepless nights, it's good to have more of magnesium in your body to help you to relax, to help you to sleep and different things like that. And another thing I want to share with you, I heard this today as well. I'm giving y'all some pointers because I'm always listening to what other people are saying that know their trade much better than me. Her name is Dr. Kim, and I won't give her last name because I definitely want to bring her on the show as well. Dr. Kim has said we need to, I guess maybe once or twice a week, take an Epsom salt bath. Guess what Epsom salt is, you guys? Magnesium. And she said in that bath, put you some myrrh, frankincense, and lavender. And she said it does wonders for you. So I just wanted to put that out there. I was super excited. Another thing that I'm doing too, that I've been for the last 3 days, it's a summit that's out there, and it's called the Brain Summit. And I'm telling you guys, I just love it so much. I'm sorry, I get excited about this because it's helping me to, how to combat anxiety, how to, sleep better. I mean, you got these doctors from everywhere that is well known, been on the Dr. Oz show, been on Oprah show, been on CBS, CNN, all these doctors, but now they have this summit that's free that you can tap into and gain all this information, and bam, there goes your health. So for those who don't know, the Brain Summit, look it up. There is going on into April 4th, I believe it is. I know I shared it with Elder Sonia. I hope she got a chance to listen to some of them, but they are awesome, y'all. I'm so into health. I said, God, did I miss my assignment?
Yes.
Because I'm so passionate. Because you know what? I want myself to be healed so I can speak to others about them healing. Of course, through the Holy Spirit, of course, is the Lord healing. But God said He gives us wisdom. He gives us power to get well. He gives us wisdom to, get all our understanding. And y'all know what I'm trying to say. I'm just super excited now. He said, without, we have to get that understanding, and it gives you power. Once you get that understanding, you get power. You take control of your health now. Once you understand how you function. So I wanted to say that I was super excited when I saw the brain. I said, the brain? Oh yeah, I want to know about the brain.
Yes, absolutely.
So Yolanda, what are some tips for a healthy lifestyle? And we're going to end this show, and I'm gonna go back and listen to my Brain Summit.
Okay. So you definitely want to measure and watch your weight. You try to do that on a daily basis. Limit our unhealthy foods and eat healthy meals. I already talked about, make sure you take your multivitamin supplements and all of the other ones that we named: A, B, C, D, E, zinc, iron, copper, magnesium. Drink plenty of water and stay hydrated, and limit those sugared beverages. Exercise regularly and be physically active. Reduce sitting and screen time. I didn't get to go deep into that, but we have to reduce our sitting, and make sure if you are working and you're working virtually, get up every now and then, take your little 10-minute walk across the room, walk down some steps, do whatever you need to do. But constantly sitting in front of a screen is not good for us. So we need to make sure we're cognizant of that. Get enough sleep again, and find ways to manage your emotions, like listening to the Brain Summit. And so those are just a few things, Pastor Jay, tips that we can do to keep healthy.
Well, I'm super excited on this topic. I'm telling you, we can come back and talk about this.
It's exciting.
I love it. It's something in me that turns when I start talking about, different, things that we can do to help our bodies, our minds, our souls. And so I just thank God that, Yolanda, we like this.
Yeah. So Pastor Jay, I just want to tell your audience, if they come and join us on Thursday this week, we're talking about a healthy soul. We're going to talk about fasting and meditation. So they need to come on and listen in.
Oh, wow. Perfect. I love it. Fasting and eating right and all of that. I'm telling you, Yolanda is doing a fantastic job on teaching this class. And you just got to come in and see for yourself. It's every Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Go ahead and play the commercial. I won't talk about it. I'll let the commercial be played.
In His Presence Praise and Worship Temple, IHP invites you to attend its Life Skills classes happening now. Life Skill classes will be held in 6-week sessions every Thursday on Zoom at 7:30 p.m. You can attend one of the 2 classes, Class 1, Dangers of Complacency. Class 2, Healthy Living. Register today at ihptemple.org. That's ihptemple.org. If you need any additional information, please feel free to email us at info@ihptemple@gmail.com.
Again, don't forget to join us on Thursday. And also, Minister Sandra Buns is going to be talking about the, what is it, the effects of complacency?
Dangers.
The dangers of complacency. So we want you to come and join us. You definitely will get so much good information. But what I want to do now is talk to you about the purpose push of the week. Of course, we know this is springtime. It doesn't look like it here in the Maryland area, but we know the sun's going to come back out either later or tomorrow. But I want to give you a challenge. I want you to basically, instead of just parking your car close to Walmart or Target or Safeway or your grocery store, I want you to park your car far away, and I want you to be able to walk more. Walk or go into a park and just, at the park, like Allen Pond Park, that's here in Bowie, Watkins Park here in Maryland. I want you to just get out and walk and just enjoy the nature. I mean, sometimes it's good to just get out and walk and just enjoy the birds chirping and enjoy the trees. I mean, God speaks to you in nature. I love it because every morning when I take my dog out, Jeremiah, guess what I do? I get my water, I put my clothes on, my shoes and different things like that, and go in my backyard. And in my backyard, those who have been to my home knows there's plenty of trees. I look through the trees because it's many of them, and I just begin to talk to God, and I'm waiting for God to speak back through the tree. Because guess what? Those birds singing is God singing. Guess what? That squirrel going up the tree, he's giving God praise. I mean, so you got to just get yourself in there and just take yourself out of your house and begin to experience more than the four walls of that home. So I challenge you to walk more, do a trail at the park. Also, in order to fight diseases, I want you to convert one of your meetings, because you're always on Zoom. Get up and walk. Walk while you're on the meeting. And, if you got to take your phone with you or whatever, or if you don't have to show yourself, walk and talk, walk and listen. Too much sitting it can have a negative impact on us. So we have to get up and do some more walking. Like Yolanda said earlier, walking up and down your steps. Do something different, because guess what? Then you'll get a different result. And there's also walking apps that's out there. Find a walking app. Everybody wears their little Fitbits and different things like that. Do your 10,000 steps. If you got to go to the park, if you got to walk in your community, try doing your steps. I'm telling you, it's going to help you more than harm you. And then I want to give you some live, love, and laugh, healthy living facts. The first one is, if you are tired, exercise will help. And that's true. When I'm tired, sometimes I don't feel like exercising. But my girlfriend next door, she'd call me and say, hey, you want to walk? And I'm just, struggling. But then after I finish walking, I come in the house, I wash them dishes, I put some clothes in the washer, and it's like, what happened? I got all this energy, and it improved my mood, and it also improves your sleep. So exercise. Don't let that be a curse word to you. Exercise. You have to, in order for that blood to circulate through your body. I'm telling you, it helps you. It helps me. When I get off of that treadmill, I feel so good. You can feel the synergy within you once you finish exercising. And another thing is, don't fear coffee. Now, I'm not a coffee drinker. I am a tea drinker and mostly water. But coffee does have some benefits. It's high in antioxidants, and studies have linked coffee to longevity and the risk of Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's and even type 2 diabetes. I didn't know that until I read about it. And so don't fear coffee. Don't get hooked on it either. Don't think that you got to have it every day. Don't make it a habit, but know what it is good for. And, every now and then, like my daughter, every now and then she'll say, Mom, I want some coffee from Starbucks. And, at first, you're too young. She 18, y'all. Anyway, and the last thing I want to share, which is so important, please get your quality of sleep. I can say maybe about 3-4 weeks ago, I couldn't sleep like I was. And I didn't understand what was going on. And it does affect you when you do not get the quality of sleep. I'm saying 6 to 8 hours a night. 4 hours is not going to do. You're going to be able to feel the difference. If you only got 4 hours, you're going to be sluggish. You're going to be have attitude. You're going to not have clear thoughts and all of that. So it's so important that you get the amount of sleep that you need to. And poor sleep can drive your insulin resistance. Oh my God. It can disrupt your appetite hormones and reduce physical and mental performance. So again, get you some magnesium. If you're having problems sleeping, get you some magnesium. Take that Epsom salt bath with the lavender, with the myrrh, with the frankincense, and enjoy your spa time. And if it has to be every night, so be it. But make sure that you get enough quality sleep. So thank you so much for being on the Jacqueline Renee Show, Yolanda. I so enjoyed you. We are going to have to do this again.
Well,
So God bless you. And don't forget to live, love, and laugh. God bless you.
It's the Jacqueline Renee Show with your host, Jacqueline Renee Duncan. Join us on Zoom every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern for inspiring, informational, real talk conversations like breast cancer survivors, writing and publishing your book, pandemic updates, and minding your money. Remember to live, love, and laugh. The Jacqueline Renee Show is a Philip and Jacqueline Duncan Ministries production that airs on Zoom every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Enter Zoom ID 558-997-5815. We'll see you Wednesday on Zoom for the Jacqueline Renee Show with your host, Jacqueline Renee Duncan.
Love you guys.